every single reason ever given as to why we should keep Confederate statues, keep bases named after Confederate generals, keep post offices or schools or roads or any other type of facility named after Confederate generals and people from the Confederate movement. Any one of the arguments that have been given to keep all of that is nothing more than a BS argument when you think about it for longer than 30 seconds. I'm going to show you a video of a gentleman here who turns it around in a manner that even MAGA can understand it, but I doubt that they actually will because of how blind they truly are. But this is an excellent breakdown of BS arguments in this arena.
When somebody walks into a building named after Robert E. Lee, they begin to research who Robert E. Lee is.
This guy makes a great point. It is vitally important we protect Confederate monuments because people will see them, look into history, and find out about all the bad things they did. Now, that argument may sound like an insultingly dishonest casuistry to you, but that's only because you're not being fair. Just think about it. There's a reason that New York City is just teeming with statues of Muhammad Atta, and why they've named entire buildings after Osama bin Laden. They obviously did it so kids today or adults 50 years from now will be encouraged to look into history, where they'll find, oh wow, Osama bin Laden orchestrated the 9/11 attacks that killed thousands of people. How awful. Well, what a terrible person. I'm so glad we named a school after him. Otherwise, I may not have ever known this. This is why we have a statue of John Wilkes Booth outside of Ford's Theater in D.C., or why they have entire public libraries named after Lee Harvey Oswald in Dallas, Texas. Hell, this is why the current NBA champs are a basketball team named the Oklahoma City Bombers, in case sports fans want to learn about Timothy McVeigh. But what's really funny about them asserting we have some sort of statue-based education program, which is insane, by the way, because, I would never know anything about the French Revolution because I've never actually seen a statue of Robespierre, or ridiculous. But if we roll with this, you guys could be building statues to Nat Turner, or naming bridges, roads, and state holidays after John Brown, people who actually fought against slavery, but no, that's not the case. Instead, you'd rather spend all your time defending these heroic statues built in honor of men whose only significant contribution to history was fighting for a state that wanted to keep black people specifically enslaved in perpetuity. Which is what the Confederacy fought for. As in the first article of the Confederate Constitution, you guys can read it yourself, assuming that you can, but give it your best shot. See what you can find.
Perfect breakdown, right? I've been saying it for years. People keep saying, people on the right, people in MAGA keep saying, well, if you take these statues down, that's just erasing our history. Bullshit. There's not a fucking statue of Adolf Hitler anywhere in the United States of America. Yet you know who the motherfucker is because we have the ability to teach history. You do not need to keep statues, monuments, and buildings named after people who did the most horrendous shit in our nation's history in order to remember our history about them. There are no statues, to the best of my knowledge, of Stalin or Mao or any of the North Korean dictators or Vladimir Putin. Do you know who all of those people are? Yeah, you do. Do you know why? Because we can teach history. If you can't learn it, that's a you problem. We don't need statues because you can't keep up.